Jack Johnson, the Galveston Giant, ranked by Ring Magazine as the top heavyweight of all time. Tomorrow night, Johnson is matched with hard-hitting Max Baer, the fifth fight in the computerized heavyweight tournament, exclusively on KFWB, Group W Westinghouse Broadcasting for Los Angeles.
12:01 a.m. It is 72 degrees at the Civic Center and no smog. This is Hal Goodwin, KFWB News. Lord Attlee, the British Prime Minister from 1945 to 1951, has died at a London hospital at the age of 84. He entered the hospital on September 8th for what was described then as a minor condition. A hospital spokesman said the death came tonight while Attlee was sleeping following a relapse. Here in Los Angeles, there are no sick alerts in effect. KFWB News Time, 12:02. At least one youth was killed tonight and others injured in a wild student demonstration in Tokyo, protesting the planned visit of Premier Sato of Japan to South Vietnam. The left-wing students demonstrated outside the Tokyo airport, where Sato left for Indonesia on the first leg of an Asian tour. And even after Sato's plane took off, the students continued to burn police cars and stone police. Preliminary reports tell of hundreds of police and students being injured. At least 26 of the students were arrested. President Johnson spoke to a Democratic gathering in the nation's capital Saturday night. For that story, White House correspondent Sid Davis.
Among the 2,000 people who paid an estimated $1 million to hear him speak last night, there could have been little doubt about President Johnson's political intentions next year. Lyndon Johnson looked, sounded, and acted like a candidate and was confident as well about how well he will do. Mr. Johnson's words were aimed largely at fellow Democrats who beseech him to change course in Vietnam or to abandon his tax increase request or to modify other domestic programs. The president let his fellow Democrats know that he has no intention of changing his course in order to win what he called short-term political gain. He joked about the political surveys, even though they probably annoy him a great deal. But he said he was not going to shirk his responsibilities to win higher ratings. He said he would do all in his power to build a record for the Democratic Party that America will embrace 13 months from now. We can take the easy course and deny our responsibilities, he said, or we can take the hard road of responsibility and do what we believe is right for our children's future. Mr. Johnson left his audience with no doubt about where he stood. This is Sid Davis in Washington.
KFWB News Time, 12:03. In the labor file, officials of the striking technicians union at the American Broadcasting Company indicated Saturday that an agreement may be near. Another round of union management talks to end the 16-day-old walkout are set for today. Negotiators met for 4 hours on Saturday. And here in Los Angeles, an official of the Food Employers Council in Southern California has forecast that the Teamsters members working in wholesale food firms will strike. Wage talks broke down this week. A series of vicious telephone calls caused 8 grief-stricken families in Denver to go to the emergency room of a general hospital in Denver today after anonymous phone calls told of members of their family being killed in auto accidents. One of the hoax victims, a woman 8 months pregnant, was told that her 3 small children had been critically injured and her husband killed. The woman was treated for shock, placed in care of her doctor after her husband and children were found safe nearly 3 hours after the hoax call. One detective on the police force calls it the cruelest and most elaborate hoax that he has investigated in 18 years on the force. Hawaii Governor John Burns has ordered an inter-island embargo on all meat-eating animals in an attempt to curb an outbreak of rabies. It is the first occurrence of rabies in island history. At least 2 persons have been bitten by rodents carrying the deadly disease. Burns clamped the embargo on pets after state health officials found a cat infected with rabies about 40 miles from Honolulu. Most of the rabid animals found so far have been in the vicinity of military bases. The junior college student murdered early on Saturday in Santa Rosa, California, has been identified as the son of a State Department employee and from Alexandria, Virginia. Police are looking for the 3 men who are said to have killed 19-year-old Charles Kaufman Jr. and raped and bound his 18-year-old girl companion, whose name has not been released. The girl told officers that a car with 3 men stopped behind theirs in a quiet neighborhood. Kaufman was taken from the car and shot. The girl said that she was taken by the men a few miles away and then raped repeatedly. She flagged down a motorist about dawn. The St. Louis Cardinals defeated the Boston Red Sox Saturday 5-2 in the 3rd game of the World Series and now lead 2-1. As concerns today's 4th game, this report from KFWB correspondent Ed Ingles in St. Louis.
St. Louis Cardinal manager Red Schoendienst, looking to all but wrap up the World Series today, has decided to come back with pitching ace Bob Gibson in the 4th game of the series. Just before the series started, Shane Dean's Tat said that he would use left-hander Steve Carlton in this contest if the Cardinals were holding a 2-1 advantage in the series, which they are, and only come back with Gibson today if St. Louis was trailing in the Fall Classic. But now Shane Dean figures Gibson has had 3 days rest, and if he uses him today, he'll have another 3 days layoff if he is needed in a 7th game of the series. Gibson held a strong 6-hitter in the Cardinals' opening game, 2-1 victory. Boston manager Dick Williams, meantime, indicates that he will go with right-hander Jose Santiago, who was bested by Gibson in the first game. Santiago was not at his best in that contest. Although he allowed only 2 runs in 7 innings, he was raked for 10 hits. Ed Ingles in St. Louis.
KFWB News Time, 12:07.
Insofar as
The University of Southern California Trojans lived up to their number 1 national ranking Saturday night with a 30-0 win over the Stanford Indians. Earlier in the day, a hard-fought victory for the Bruins, UCLA defeating Penn State 17-15. In pro football, the National League, Cleveland down Pittsburgh 21-10, while in the American League, the New York Jets defeated Oakland 27-14. Now the area weather, clear tonight. Sunny weather is expected Sunday. Patchy fog near the coast early Monday. 74 degrees in the valley at 73 in Orange County, 68 at the airport, and at 71 degrees at the Civic Center, going down to about 60. Al Goodwin, KFWB News.
I'm back on the street again. Gotta stand on my own 2 feet again. And I'm walking that beat again. Remembering when, oh, remembering when. Got a tear in my eye. Thinking of me. That's the way it's gonna be again. Till the day I can begin. Remembering when, oh, remembering when, oh, remembering when, remembering when.
Back on the street again, back in the air again. This is Raj Christian. It's 9 minutes past 12 here at KFWB. Now, till about 3:30 this morning, we're going to go grooving. On a Sunday afternoon, in reality, it's a Sunday morning. Grooving.
On a Sunday afternoon. In reality, it's a Sunday morning, and it's 12 minutes old. Let me be the first to say really hello and a good day to you here on this 8th day of October. And, Mitch, what do you have to say for today?
I'm looking for my sunglasses. Hi and goodbye.
Well, it hasn't really started sun shining yet.
I know, but you know how sensitive my eyes are.
Yeah, that's very true. Thanks a lot for coming in. And we'll look forward to hearing Mitch again, of course. I do. I hear him each and every Saturday night. And, I pick up on all his banter and try and play it along for you about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning when he's asleep. You know that.
Last Monday night, it was Fitzsimmons over Jack Sharkey by a decision.
Right, and next Monday, it's going to be Jack Johnson and a cakewalk over what's-his-name Bear.
You're out of your mind. Hold on. Johnson over Bear, you gotta be kidding.
Oh, man, they called Johnson the Galveston Giant, and they didn't call him that for nothing.
Oh, come on, man. You know Bear's gonna murder Johnson.
Never.
Would you listen to what an NCR 315 computer's got to say about it?
A what?
It's a computer, man. They feed it full of facts, and it knows what's going to happen. It knows. Would you listen?
Yeah, I'll listen.
All right, good. We'll listen to the fight the next Monday night here on KFWB.
Okay, I'll listen, but I still know more about fighting than any computer.
That's very true. Say, I listened last week, and I really was happy at the outcome of the fight because I thought it was a good thing. The only thing that sort of upset me is when the loser was found at the end of the fight all bent, spindled, and mutilated. According to the NCR computer, though. I don't think we'll concern ourselves with that. Love is the thing right now, and we love you. The Rolling Stones on KFWB. Rolling Stones, yes, we do. You better believe we love you. It's exactly 18 minutes past 12 o'clock midnight. Love you, take you, and gather you into my arms. Hold you close. Pucker up and whisper in your ear.
Hey, Roadsters, don't miss the annual Roadster and Speed Show, Shrine Auditorium in downtown L.A., October 13th, 14th, and 15th. See the Southland's greatest display of power, speed, beauty, and futuristic design. See the $50,000 Invader, plus a 12,000-horsepower dragster, world record holder Pulsator, TV's My Mother the Car, Tony Nancy's rear-engine dragster, the world's fastest street dragster, and hundreds more. All at the L.A. Roadster Speed Show, Shrine Auditorium, October 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Gotta blow your own horn these days. Nobody else will. You know how that are. Let's listen to Cher's new one. You better sit down, kids. It's gonna take a lot of fortitude to understand.
Kids. I'll tell you why, kids. You might not understand, kids. But give it a try, kids. Now how should I put this? I've got something to say. Your mother is saying I'm gone away. No, we're not mad, kids. It's hard to say why. Your mother and I, kids, don't see eye to eye. Say your prayers before you go to bed. Make sure you get yourself to school on time. I know you do the things your mother asks. She's gonna need you more, so stay in line. Keep in mind your mother's gonna need your help a whole lot more than she ever did before. No more fights over little things, 'cause I won't be here to stop them anymore. I know you don't want this, neither do we. But sometimes things happen that we can't foresee. Now try to be calm, kids, and don't look so sad. Just 'cause I am leaving, I'll still be your dad. Just remember I love you, and though I'm not here, just call if you need me, and I'll always be near. Say your prayers before you go to bed. Make sure you get yourself to school on time. I know you'll do the things your mother asks. She's gonna need you more, so stay in line. Keep in mind your mother needs your help a whole lot more than she ever did before. No more fights over little things, 'cause I won't be there to stop them anymore. Well, I have to go now, so kiss me goodbye. My eyes are just red, kids. I'm too big to cry.
Okay, crank it back and we'll take it from the top. That was take one. We'll print take two. That was Cher. And I'll tell you like it is. Kids, you'd better sit down. I'll tell you. And that's Cher. This is Raj. It's 22 minutes right now past the magical hour, 12 o'clock midnight bewitching hour that turned a Saturday into a Sunday. Father and son, pals forever, you better believe. That's the motto of the YMCA's Y Indian Guide program. The YMCA believes that when a boy and his dad have mutual interests from an early age, a better relationship develops. And how true this is. Y Indian Guide tribes go away on weekend campouts and powwows, and they study Indian lore. Through Indian Y Guides, a boy and his dad grow up to be pals forever. Y Indian Guide tribes are now forming at your local community YMCA. For more information about America's fastest-growing youth program, call your Y and call them today. Why? Well, because if you're a dad, you want to be a pal with your son. If you're a son, well, you want to make pal with your dad. So, Y Guide, the thing for you. Incense and Peppermint Strawberry Alarm Clock.
Mankind, dead kings, many things I can't define. Occasions, floods, fragments, flutter your mind. In the sense of compliments, the color of time. Who cares what games we choose? Little to win, but nothing to lose. In the sense of compliments, meaningless nouns. Turn on, tune in, turn your eyes around. Look at yourself, look at yourself. Yeah. The one side, the least you can do. Beatniks and politics, nothing is new. A yardstick for lunatics, one point of view. Who cares what games we choose? Little to win, but nothing to lose.
Incense and Peppermint with the Strawberry Alarm Clock. This is Raj Christian, and it's 26 minutes right now past the hour 12 midnight, early on a Sunday morning. And hello, this is Raj Christian here.
One
Devil's Peaches, Pumpkin Pie, a little food for thought and a good sound to listen to. Jay and the Techniques. This is Raj Christie, and it's 29 minutes right now past 12 from KFWB. And Dylan's in the air everywhere over KFWB, coming right up in a matter of just, well, a couple of dozen seconds. And we'll check out what's happening with the Dylan scene right now. Of course, it's time to catch up on what's happening around our town and all over the country, too.
They called Jack Johnson the Galveston Giant, ranked by Ring Magazine as the top heavyweight of all time. Tomorrow night, Johnson is matched with hard-hitting Max Baer, the fifth fight in the computerized heavyweight tournament, exclusively on KFWB, Group W Westinghouse Broadcasting for Los Angeles.
This is Herb Humphreys, KFWB News. Former British Prime Minister Clement Attlee is dead at 84. Lord Attlee died early this morning as he slept in a London hospital. He entered that hospital last month for what was then described as a minor condition. A 30-year-old mother has been booked in Anaheim on suspicion of murdering her two children. She is Anne Yamasaka, who was found unconscious in a motel room that also contained the bodies of her children, ages 3 and 11 months. President Johnson declares there are many suggestions on how to solve the nation's problems, but, says Mr. Johnson, most of them boil down to irresponsibility. KFWB correspondent Bernard Redmond, stationed in Paris, comes up with some information that is of interest to those like me.
If you're losing your hair, see a psychiatrist. That's the recommendation of a French medical expert, Dr. Georges Ferdier. Dr. Ferdier has published a report to a medical congress on baldness here, in which he reveals that many nervous breakdowns have a disastrous effect on people with a tendency toward falling hair. The French doctor claims it's a vicious circle. Loss of hair leads to a state of anxiety that accentuates the phenomenon. Frequently, he says, good results come from consulting a psychiatrist and getting a little psychotherapy. Actually, he says, the balding patient ought to be treated jointly by a dermatologist working with a psychiatrist. So the new French slogan appears to be, losing your hair? See a head shrinker. This is Bernard Redmond in Paris.
I'm almost too tense to complete the news. However, I will say that it's now 70 degrees at Civic Center. This is Herb Humphreys, KFWB News.
Once upon a time you dressed so fine, through the bumps of time in your prime. Then you, people call, say beware doll, you're bound to fall, you thought they were all kidding you.
How does it feel to be on your own, just like a rolling stone with no direction home? Well, it's 23 before 1 here at KFWB in Los Angeles. This is Roger Christian here on an early Sunday morning. Whatever's right. This is Mitch Ryder, along with his Detroit Wheels. Rolling up the charts. What now, my love?
What now, my love? Now that you left me, how can I live through another day? Watching my dreams turning to ashes, and my hope into bits of clay. Once I could see